Oh, hi there. I didn't see you walk in. It's glad to have you come in and visit me while I finish reading up one of my new favorite books, Cycle of Hatred, a World of Warcraft novel. Now, you may be excited. You may be really intrigued and wonder what would be in a World of Warcraft novel. Well, let me tell you. In a Cycle of Hatred, it sets the place for all of the grand adventure that happens in the video game World of Warcraft. You may be familiar with it. You may wonder, I've heard of it and I'm intrigued. Maybe I should get into something that's been the most popular game on the internet for the past 10 years. But that's enough about World of Warcraft. Let's get back to Cycle of Hatred. Briefly, it's the story of how the events that ended or happened in Warcraft 3 come to a conclusion, and then as the alliances that were formed begin to fall apart and unravel, setting up for the eventual establishment of the Alliance and the Horde. The two main characters are Jaina Proudmoore, the very powerful, majestic wizard, and then Thrall Doomhammer, the leader of the Horde and also of all of the orcs. In Cycle of Hatred, there's actually the coming of the Burning Legion, which are the demons that come from the other world. They start to have their prevalence and begin to manipulate people throughout the world of Azeroth and begin to cause schisms in the different groups. All the while, Jaina and Thrall are aware of this and trying to stop this from happening. It's actually more of a political novel than you would think of actually an action novel. It sets a lot of the character background for these two main prominent characters. And so as you go through it, it explains a lot about Jaina's background, how she came to be this powerful wizard, and it also speaks about Thrall and how he came to be this great influence amongst all of the orcs. If you have a moment, I'd like to read you a section from the book early on when Jaina and Thrall are about to have a meeting to discuss some of the unrest that's beginning to boil up throughout all of their communities. So it says, Lady Jaina Proudmoore stood atop the butte on Razor Hill, gazing out over the land where she helped form the most unlikely alliance in the history of the world. Razor Hill was orc territory, of course, but Jaina and Thrall had agreed that, given her abilities, it was best for their meeting to happen on orc land, where Thrall generally was. For Jaina's part, her magic allowed her to wherever she wished in an instant. In truth, when the summons had come from Thrall, it had come as a relief. Jaina's entire adult life, it seemed, consisted of going from one crisis to another. She had fought demons and orcs and warlords, and had the fate of the world in her small hands more than once. She once was a lover of Arthas when he was a noble warrior, but he had been corrupted. Happens in Warcraft 3. Was now the Lich King of the Scourge, the cruelest warlord in the world that had seen its fair share of them. Some days she knew she would have to face him in battle. Medivh, the Sargeras cursed wizard, who was seemingly doomed humanity by letting demons and orcs overrun the world, became a staunch ally who convinced Jaina and Thrall to unite their people against the Night Elves, with the Night Elves against the Burning Legion. After that, when the humans built Theramore as their new home on Kalimdor, Jaina had thought that things would calm down. But things were never calm when one ruled, even in times of peace. She found that the day-to-day running of Theramore almost made her long for the days when she was fighting for her life. Almost, but not quite. In truth, she had few regrets, but she also grabbed the opportunity for a respite like a desert traveler grabbing a water flask. Standing at one edge of the butte, she looked far down at the small orc village at the base of the hills. Well-defended huts dotted the harsh brown landscape. Even in times of peace, the orcs made sure their homes would not be taken. A few orcs walked between the huts, greeting each other. Some paused to speak. Jaina couldn't help but smile at such quotidian simplicity. Then she heard the low, steady rumble that heralded the arrival of Thrall's airship. Turning around, she saw the massive dirigible approach. As it grew closer, she saw that only Thrall stood in the undercarriage that was carried along beneath the massive hot air-filled canvas that propelled the machine through the air. Said canvas was decorated with a variety of symbols, some of which Jaina recognized as pictographs from an old version of the Orc language. One she knew was the symbol of Thrall's family, the Frostwolf clan. So that's just kind of a preview as they set up all the interactions that are coming in and the grandeur of these two characters. I would say that the reading level of this is actually fairly simple. They have some jargon that's kind of unique to the Warcraft universe, but nothing too difficult. It's a pretty quick read. It's fun. It gives you a lot of background and really builds on the lore of the whole universe. So if you're marginally interested in the Warcraft strategy video games or the World of Warcraft massive multiplayer online game, I would definitely suggest you read this. Or if you're just a fan of fantasy, this is a great read for you. Thanks.